and it's really annoying me, and it's just tainted my love for the Kissing Booth books. Like, it's actually really sad. I was having such a good time. Well, hello peoples of the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video, we are reading book 3 in the Kissing Booth by Beth Reekles. This one is called The Kissing Booth 3, One Last Time. And I can tell you for one fact, I'm singing One Last Time by Miss Ariana Grande in my head the minute I read the title of this book, and you should too. So I actually got this early because the book doesn't come out until the 12th of August and it's currently August 9th as me sitting here filming this. So the book's not even out yet, but I already have it and I'm excited to read and see what happens. If you guys aren't already aware, I have already done 2 videos where I have read The Kissing Booth and then also The Kissing Booth 2. I've read both of the books, I share my thoughts and reactions on the book, and I tell you everything that I thought of them. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them down below. You should definitely go check them out. So obviously in this one, I'm going to be reading book number 3. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions once again. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the book, then don't continue watching because there's going to be lots of spoilers and reactions to the book. Now, the main thing with me reading both of the Kissing Booths, 1 and 2, is that I have come to the understanding that the books are way better than the movie because the movies make them so much more problematic, and it doesn't make sense to me because the books aren't that problematic. Like, yes, there is still stuff in there, but they're nowhere near what they do in the movies, which makes no sense to me. Why would you adapt something and make it worse and add in problematic elements? Where's the logic there? Like, if you could please tell me where I can find the logic, I would be like much appreciated because I've been searching for it for like the past 2 weeks while I've been reading this series and I just can't seem to find it. But yeah, I'm really actually looking forward to see what's going to happen because like I said, I have actually quite enjoyed book 1 and book 2. Like, I think I gave both of them 3 stars. Book 2 I gave 3.5 stars because I did prefer it over the first one. And so I'm really looking forward to see what happens for the finale. Also, the movie for this comes out in 2 days time, so hopefully I'll have the book read before then and I can watch the movie and also do a commentary style video, so make sure you look out for that because that will be coming just after this video. And yeah, I don't even think there's any more point like wasting time. Let's just get straight to it. We're gonna go read. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm in bed now and I'm about to start the book and I was just reading the back of it and it seems like it's actually going to follow similar to the movie plotline at the end of the second one. So if you remember from my vlog when I read the second book, she gets into Berkeley and there's no mention of her getting into like Harvard or whatever, like the one that's over there. I know what I'm saying over there, I mean like in terms of America because the characters live in California. So I mean over there because I know like the other school that she applied to is in Massachusetts, so it's on that side of America. Like, it's talking about basically, oh, which school is she going to pick? Like, is she going to go to the one that's over in Harvard or is she going to go to Berkeley? Like, which one is she going to go to? And like, that's basically what happened obviously at the end of the second one. And I'm really annoyed that the book's now following the same storyline as the second movie because the reason I like the books more is because they're not the same as the movie. But it literally says at the end, and this is the thing that is still my problematic aspect about this series, is that it says, should she choose love or friendship? But what I want to know is why isn't she just choosing what she wants to do? Like, in terms of going to college and studying for like, I don't know, 3 years at this college and everything, what does she actually want to do? Like, which place is going to give her the best things, as in like whatever she wants to go and study, what she wants to do with her life? Why is that not coming into consideration? It's just like, that's just gone out the window. Elle does not care about that aspect. It's just whether she's with her best friend or with her boyfriend. She does not care about like her actual study side of things, which, you know, she probably should care a little bit because consider you're going to be there for 3 years and it's going to cost a lot of money. I would like to think that you would choose based on which one is going to be good for you in terms of your lifelong goals, you know, and not based on your boyfriend or your best friend. But anyways, I'm going to actually start the book, but I just needed to mention that because I saw it on the back. It triggered my anger that I have with the most problematic thing, which is where she does not think about herself and what it would actually be good for her. Okay guys, next day, and I'm up to page 28 8 of the book. And finally, first of all, we finally have some stunning moments from Elle, because she's been talking about college and everything, and she finally said, this was college, wherever it was, it would send me down a new path, set me up for the rest of my life from here on out. Whether I picked Berkeley or Harvard, I couldn't base the decision solely on a boy, or in this case, 2 boys. Finally, she's realizing that she needs to make this decision on her own for like what college suits her best and not based on a boy. So I'm so happy she's finally realized that and said it, because that makes me happy. Also, basically the plot of this book is that apparently Noah and Lee's mom and dad want to sell their old beach house, and the guys and everything don't want them to sell it. So they're going to this beach house to like get rid of all the stuff from it, but like I think they're probably gonna have like a plan to stop them from selling it. So that's basically the whole plot line. And then Elle's trying to decide whether she's gonna go to Harvard or Berkeley because she got accepted into both. So that all happened, and then I needed to vlog because I just got to such a funny line. I started laughing and I was like, you know what, I need to vlog this because it's such a funny line. Basically, it's Noah and Elle, and they're talking about like going to the beach house because they're going for the weekend to, like as I already said, take the stuff out of it and everything. And it just says, Noah put the car in park while I fidgeted with my house key. So I'll pick you up tomorrow to head to the beach house? Question mark. And then Elle says, I almost rolled my eyes and said, no, silly, I'll be riding with Lee. First of all, it has my funny word of the month, silly. Like I've told you already, anytime that word pops up, I just think of, I'm in a silly, goofy mood. Like that's all I think of. And then the fact, no silly, I'll be riding with Lee. Maybe she just wanted the double brothers. Like, you know what, Elle, you do you. Like, if you want to go do that, get both brothers. Yeah. Like, I get it, but it's just that, and it's also in italics, by the way, as well, so it's literally like, ooh, no, silly, I'll be riding with Lee. Like, oh, I bet she will. Oh, I bet she will. So guys, it has been a few days since I last vlogged, but I have read a little bit more of The Kissing Booth. I'm on page 111, which is an angel number. I think that means something because I didn't realize I was on that page, but I do now. And I am really enjoying it once again. Like this whole series, we just have found out I am a Kissing Booth fan. I don't want to say stan, I don't think I'm there yet. Like I don't think I ever will get there. But I can't say I'm a hater or I don't like the series, because clearly I've given both of them 3 stars. I gave book 2 3.5, and so far this one's feeling like a 4-star. Like, it's just a fun time. Like, I actually really like it. Yeah, just, I don't know how else to, like, try and get myself around this. I like it. Ow, just hit myself in the face with the bug. I like it, and that's okay. So basically where I am right now, Elle has decided she is going to go to Harvard. So she's going to be going to the same college as Noah. She's not going to Berkeley with Lee. He's going to go his own way by himself. He's going to go his own way. He is Gabriella, and she is Troy. It all makes sense now. And basically Noah and Lee's parents have like this beach house, and they're going to be selling the beach house. So they're getting rid of it because they're like, well, you guys are going off to college. No one's going to be using it really anymore. Like we could get a lot of money for it, so we're just going to sell it. And obviously all 3 of them, because they've been friends since like they were kids and everything, have so many memories at this beach house. And so they went there to start clearing it out of like all the old stuff that they wanted or things they wanted to keep. And they found like this bucket list that Elle and Lee wrote when they were really young. And it was just full of like random little things that they said would make it the perfect summer if they did all this bucket list stuff. And she ends up telling Lee that she's going to Harvard and everything. Lee's upset, and then she's like, but don't worry, we're gonna have the perfect summer because all 3 of them and Rachel, which is Lee's girlfriend, are gonna spend the summer at the beach house, like renovate. What is the word? Renovate. Renovate. They're gonna renovate the house for the summer and like spend their like last summer all together at this beach house and stuff. And she was like, while we're doing that this summer, why don't we actually finish and like do the bucket list that we had and have the perfect summer? And sorry, but I love books that take place in the summer at like a beach house or whatever. Like I already love that as it is. And then I also love books or like the trope of doing a bucket list just to have like the best summer or something like that. I love those tropes. So like, I am actually really liking this. I cannot wait to see where else it goes. This is still, once again, not that cringy. I'm really anticipating to see what the movie's gonna be like. Like, are they gonna make the movie cringy? They probably are, so can't wait for that. And they're probably gonna add in something to make it problematic, so that's gonna be stunning. But for now, the book is a fun time and I am really enjoying it. I have also moved to the audiobook, so I'm gonna be doing that and I'm gonna read a lot more today and hopefully try and finish it, to be honest, because I'm really liking it. And yeah, that's it for the update. Once again, confirming Kevin is a Kissing Boot fan. Own the life you're living. That's what I'm doing. Besties, we need to take a moment. We need to take a moment to talk about the kissing booth because I am really, really enjoying this. Can someone explain to me why I'm having such an existential crisis about actually enjoying some form of media? Like, why is it an issue? Like, no one is making this an issue apart from myself. Like, I am the one reacting badly and like, oh my god, why am I liking this? But like, people are meant to enjoy things and some people are meant not to enjoy things. Like media is subjective, especially like books, they're subjective. Some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it. Same in a movie. Some people are gonna like the movie, some people are not gonna like the movie. So why am I like putting this pressure on myself that I'm not supposed to like this? Because I am. Like, just embrace it, Kevin. Also, full offense, doesn't my hair look like so good today? His hair looks sexy when it's pushed back. Exactly. Ew, that sounded way too vain. I hated that. Okay, anyways, moving past what I just said. So I'm up to page 218 now. Also, by the way, I know in the last clip I literally said, I'm gonna try finish this today. That didn't happen. It's actually been 5 days since I read any of this because I had severe mental health moment and I went into a very sad, dark place, but she's pulled herself out of it. She's back being happy and that's all that matters. So I've been back to reading and this book, I'm just finding it so fun. Like, there's so many fun elements. Like, one thing that they literally just did, and I really hope they included this in the adaptation, is they just had, like, as I already said, they're ticking off stuff that's on Elle and Lee's bucket list for the summer. And one of the things was to have a real life Mario Kart race. So they literally went to this water park that has like a go-kart area in it. And they literally were able to hire it and do their own Mario Kart race where they were using like water balloons and stuff as like the weapons that you could throw at people as you're doing your race. Probably not safe, to be honest. Like, definitely probably isn't safe. But reading about it was so fun, especially as someone who literally adores Mario Kart. I was so obsessed with it. And it was just such a fun thing to read. And it makes me want to put on my bucket list that I want to have a real life Mario Kart race because fun! I also don't know why I just went up a couple octaves and got very loud. I'm very passionate, clearly, about my Mario Kart race. Like, this is a new passion of mine that I want to have a Mario Kart race in real life. And also, Levi was the person who ended up winning it. So Levi obviously is Marco that you know in the movies. His name is Marco in the movies. In the book, his name is Levi. But it's basically the other guy, like in the love triangle or whatever. He ended up winning the race, and Noah also took part in the race, and Noah and Levi were like bashing against each other during the race, like, because they were being really competitive. Because I think Noah's really jealous of Levi and Elle's friendship, obviously because they did kiss in the past. Like, Levi and Elle did kiss in the past, so I think Noah thinks like them being friends, he's like really jealous of it because obviously he knows they do kind of have some sort of history. And just like all of those jealousy vibes. Elle has started working a summer job at this like little restaurant. She has been doing all of that. She has been like saying that she desperately wants to save money for college and all this stuff, and that she's just working all these extra shifts to get this money. But somehow she's trying to save for all of this, but she's still also managing to do shark diving in tanks with Lee. They went skydiving as part of their bucket list. They're doing all of these things that they're not cheap. Like, to go diving in a shark tank, I do not think that's cheap. I do not think doing a skydive is cheap. Like, they're expensive things to do, but somehow she's also still managing to save for college at the same time. Like, I don't know how much she's getting paid at this little restaurant, but it can't be that much unless she's getting amazing tips, which if she is, good for her. Like, she's been a queen then. But like, I can't understand where she's managing to save all this money but also still do these things that are so expensive. It's just being a little bit too unrealistic, but I'm gonna overlook it because these things they're doing are really fun, especially like I said, the Mario Kart race. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun. So yeah, that's all been happening. Also, Lee has been being a bit sketchy in terms of stuff going on. I think he's cancelling like realtor appointments because, as I said, they are doing up their parents' beach house to sell it. And I think Lee keeps cancelling people's viewings of the house because he obviously doesn't want to sell the house. I think that's what he's doing. Well, actually, I don't think it. I know that's what he's doing. And I know it's going to get revealed at some point. And I'm not going to be shocked because I know that's exactly what he's doing. That's it, really. I'm just really enjoying it. I am excited to watch the movie because I'm seeing people say the movie was terrible. And, like, I'm over halfway, and as we can all clearly tell from this video, I'm not having an awful time reading it. So, like, what have they done to adapt this and make it bad? Like, they clearly just made it cringy with, like, the script for the movie or something. Because this actually isn't bad. Like, it's really fun. Yes, there is, like, cheesy moments where it's a bit too cheesy, but I think that's what I expect with the Kissing Booth books. Like, I expected it to be a little bit cheesy, but it's bearable. And, like, you're easily able to push past it. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. As I said, over halfway. Really enjoying it. It's definitely currently a 4-star book for me. And I am not ashamed of it. This is my truth. Okay, guys. So, I have read a lot more, and I'm up to page 299 now. I have, like, 118 or so pages left of the book. And I just need to have a little discussion because obviously up to this point I have actually been kind of enjoying this book and stuff like that, but now I am getting to parts where I'm getting irritated and it's a little bit cringe and it's turning into more of what I know from the movies, and I hate that. Like, what? Like, I don't know, understand. I really don't. Like, the author said at the start of it that, like, she said it was a really interesting one to write because she was like, writing a book based on the movie, based on the movies, based on my books. It sounds simple, but maybe not quite simple, but a lot of fun. And while this book is a novelization of the third Netflix movie, you'll notice it doesn't stick completely to the script of the film. So, like, I get the vibe that, did she write this based on, like, what she saw for the script for the movie? Or, like, I don't know, because now I feel like she's incorporating things that are in the movie into the books when that wasn't the case in the first two books. For example, there's a part in here where Lee and Elle end up going to an arcade and they do a dance game. I don't know what they're called. In Ireland and stuff, when I was growing up, we called them dance mats, and I know that's probably not what they're called, like, generically, but, like, basically what they do in the second and the first movie where they use the dance mat thing in the arcade, like where you do the dancing on the steps and you get the points, that thing, that's what's been incorporated into this one now, and, like, they're obsessed with it and they have to get their high scores and everything back up. And I'm like, why? Why did we have to bring that little tiny thing into the books? Like, it didn't exist in books 1 and book 2. Why does it now suddenly exist? Because it was so cringe reading it. Like, it didn't sit well with me. I just got the vibes of everything from the movies and I just cringed and just, no. Just no. And then also, like, the things that I don't like about Lee's character in the movies is now coming into play in the book because he's being a pick-me boy. Now, you may be familiar with the term pick-me girl. For example, Elena from The Vampire Diaries. She is a classic case of a pick-me girl. Pick-me boys are worse, in my opinion. They annoy me, and Lee is literally being a pick-me boy because he's getting so pissed about everything. And he's just like, wow, Elle, I can't believe you want to hang out with your boyfriend even though you've hung out with me for every single day this week. I can't believe you want to spend one of those days with your boyfriend. Like, he's acting as if he is owed all of her time. Like, no one else deserves her time. And, like, I know that, like, she literally said to him because she was going to Harvard and she wasn't going to Berkeley. Like, their whole plan that she'd spend more time with him, they'd do lots more stuff. But like, he is literally expecting her to spend every single second of her summer with him, and then every time she does something where like she has to go do something else or she wants to hang out with her boyfriend, he's like, wow, how could you? I thought this was meant to be our summer. And I'm like, I actually can't. Like, he's really, really irritating me. And the thing is, they're meant to go to Berkeley for like a day trip just to visit his college, and she was going with him. Fun. Sounds fun. However, Elle forgot all about it and made like a dinner plans with Noah, like a date kind of thing for the two of them, because they hadn't been spending much time with each other, and they were just like, we haven't really spent much time, let's do something. And they planned something, and then literally Lee's like, oh, so what time are we going to Berkeley tomorrow? And she's like, oh my god, I forgot all about that. I have plans with Noah now. And he's like, wow, how dare you? Like, all this stuff. And I need to read out some of the things he said because he was really annoying me. So he's talking about like how he's saying that like, oh, she's gonna hang out with Noah instead, like that's what her plans were. And he goes, Noah? He was snapping, who you're gonna see like literally all the time next year. Noah, who you can hang out with any other day aside from tomorrow. It's just really, it's real fucking rich, you know, Elle. You gave me shit for applying to Brown because of Rachel, and then you went and did the exact same thing, only worse, because you kept your Harvard application a secret from me. I honestly thought we were done with all of that after I found out about you dating Noah behind my back. But nope, you did it again, and you're doing it again now. Okay. And he's like, I'm super proud of you, Elle, but I'm allowed to be pissed off. Excuse me for being upset that our plans for college have gone to shit so you can live it up in Boston with your boyfriend. I know you're trying to make up for it with a bucket list, Shelley, and I appreciate that, but it's not. I hate that it feels like a last-ditch effort to rescue our friendship, okay? And then, like, she's just like, I'm so sorry, like, I really didn't mean to make plans with Noah on our trip to Berkeley. Like, I literally forgot about it. And she was like, I can try to get out of it, like, and I'll go, whatever. And she's saying like why she did the book list. She was like, because I thought that would make you happy and make up for not being at Berkeley. And then he goes, you know what would make up for you not coming to Berkeley? You coming with me this weekend. And then she's like, oh, can we just do it on Sunday? Like, can we change it? And he's like, I have plans on Sunday. And it's like, okay, but now she has plans. Like, I actually can't. He's really irritating me. He's becoming Lee in the movie version. Like, this is not the Lee that was in book 1 and book 2, because literally, like, he's bringing up how like pissed off he was that she went behind his back dating Noah. When that happened in the first book, he literally did not care. Like, he literally reacted for about 2 seconds and then he got over it and he was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, he literally didn't care. But in the movie, he did care. Like, he made it a big deal in the first movie, but that didn't happen in the book. So I feel like all of the storylines now are coming together and it's based off what happens in the movies, and it's really annoying me, and it's just tainted my love for the Kissing Booth books. Like, it's actually really sad. I was having such a good time. Such a fun little moment. Me and the Kissing Booth 3, we were vibing. We were having literally a little cute moment together, and now it's all been ruined. Anyways, I'm gonna go try finish it. I only have 118 pages left, so I'll get back to you when I have the book finished. Okay guys, so I have finished reading, just realized I didn't take the bookmark out, The Kissing Booth 3 one last time, and it's definitely not 4-star anymore. I think I'm gonna give this probably 3 stars as well. There were a lot of parts getting towards the end I just really was not liking, like I just didn't like. But then the epilogue I kind of did like, and then like there were certain little bits I did like. It was all very conflicting. But yeah, overall, I think I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars, and yeah, I definitely think the second book was my favorite in the series. As I said, there was a lot of parts in this one which I feel a lot more of the stuff that's happened in the movies plays out in this book, and that's why I think, like how it said at the start, like this book is kind of based on the movie adaptation. So I think that's how that came into play when the author was writing this one. So it makes kind of sense, like why some of the parts I don't like in the movies now has crept into the books. It made sense to me, but I wasn't happy about it because obviously I wished it was like the first 2 books. Anyways, so what happened after I last spoke to you is basically they ended up having a 4th of July party where they were all had all their friends over at the beach house. They're having a fun time and everything. And Levi showed up and we found out that Levi still has a crush on Elle. Noah was still being very jealous and just telling like basically back off and everything. They had this volleyball match and it ended up with Levi getting the ball smashed into his face on accident. It wasn't a purpose thing. And then they kind of had like a fight, Levi and Noah, and all that stuff happened. Then what else unfolded? Basically, Elle's dad also started seeing this new woman named Linda. Elle got really mad at her and was like, don't try to replace my mom, all this kind of stuff. And then her dad like talked to her and was like, no, you have to understand all these different things. I put my life on hold to raise you kids and all this kind of stuff. And just like, it's nice for me to finally be happy again. And then Elle understood why his dad was dating and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm trying to really think what else happened. And then basically, because of the whole like Levi situation and the whole fight, Noah and Elle ended up breaking up. And they had like this really, really mature sit down conversation, which I was like, this is why I actually don't mind the kissing booth, is for moments like this that aren't in the movies, like with the communication. And it was basically just like him talking to her saying like, are you only coming to Harvard because you're dating me? Like, am I the reason you're going there? Like, what do you actually want to study? Basically, what I have been saying from the start. She's not choosing a course based on what she actually wants to study. She's doing it because she's choosing it for her friend, or she's choosing it because of her boyfriend. She's not actually picking something that she personally wants to do. And that's basically what Noah calls her out for. He's like, are you actually going to Harvard because you want to? Or is this just something you're doing because I'm going to be there and like all that kind of stuff? And he's like, what do you actually want to do? And she was like, I actually don't know. Yeah, I am actually going because of you. And I am going to Berkeley because that's where my best friend was going. And we just decided that when we were growing up that we were going there. But I don't know actually what I want to do. So she had a bit of a self-reflection moment. And she decided that she wanted to go to USC. I don't know what USC stands for. I know it's a Californian college, maybe in San Francisco or something. I don't really know. But USC is where she was going to. And she went to study video game engineering or video game something like that, making basically video games. And that felt extremely random to me. Like, where did this new love of video game design come from? Like, that was never mentioned once throughout these books that she was interested in that. So that's why I don't understand. Like, up until this book, we didn't even find out about the dance mat like game that they like to play in the arcade. And then also like with the whole thing that I loved when they did the Mario Kart moment, they're the only two video game moments we got. But like, I like Mario Kart. That does not suddenly mean I want to go design video games. Like, it didn't make sense because you didn't see her talk about having a passion for this or anything at any point throughout the book or the other two books. So it really made no sense to me. I feel like marketing or business would have made more sense because like she obviously set up the kissing booth. Like, she's clearly able to do that. Like, or maybe just event planning, something like that would have made more sense to me. But like, her going into video game design was just so random. I love it, like, good for her, but it was just so random and it just didn't really make sense to me. We got like an epilogue, which was like 6 years later or whatever. And Lee and his girlfriend were now engaged and they have their own flat and everything together. Elle and Noah obviously still broken up and all that kind of stuff. But they go back to the school that they went to, obviously in secondary school and stuff like that, and high school. And there's the kissing booth because they're having that fair again. And they're all laughing about like, oh my god, old time's sake, like with the old kissing booth and all that kind of stuff. And then Noah shows up and him and Elle agree to go on a date together. So I think it ended basically saying that they found their way back to each other once again after so many years. And yeah, that's how it all ended. It was very... I really don't know. Like, it was just strange. And yeah, like, Lee really irritated me in this book. Like, very much. He was very much the Lee that you see in the movies, which I don't appreciate because I actually didn't mind him in the other two books. But in this one, he's very much the Lee that I know in the movies, and I didn't like that. I think that's really all I could say. I feel like... Actually, do you know what? Did I actually not like this? I really don't know if I actually did like this. Like, is it actually 2 stars? No, surely it's 3 stars. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with 3. Yeah, it's just so conflicting because I feel like my emotions were like going up so high and then it just took it downhill really quick. This was just a really hard one for me to like vocalize my opinions on because so many things changed, so many different issues come up, and then like things that I didn't like because of the movies and the cringiness and then the characters being annoying. Lots of things going on. But I'm gonna end the video there. Hopefully you guys can somehow figure out my thoughts on this book. And other than that, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know down below in the comments if you read the book, what you thought of it. Have you watched the movie yet? Let me know what you think of the movie. But other than that, that's gonna be it for this video, and I shall see you all next time in my next one. So goodbye, guys.